Okay. All right. It says we are live. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. I want to thank, okay, let me make sure everything's okay. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today to our illustrious guest, Captain Aquil Muhammad, who has served in the Army of God for many, many years and has traveled all over the world. This is an honor of mine to interview you, sir, but it's also an honor of mine because you are my godfather, and it's not often that we get to speak. So I'm glad that we get to speak in this kind of setting where we're talking about this kind of beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
You can give everybody the greetings from Brother Akil, who's watching.
Assalamu alaikum, world out there. Happy to be here and be in the front of my godson. Like you say, we don't talk that much, but the love is always there, you know, and it's always good to see him wherever we see each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, well, the first question we have is, what made you join the nation, sir?
What made me join the nation, one day I was, you know, just being a Negro and out there hustling in the street, and I stopped by Crampton Auditorium because I heard Min Farrakhan was speaking, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I went in there and I had my seat up in the audience with the audience, and I looked down, and when they put the minister on, I think it was maybe Josh and Salim or Mustafa was with, and I said right then, I want to be right there. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because prior to the minister coming back in 79 or whatever, 77, 8,
yes, sir.
It was late 79 when I saw him, you know.
Okay, yes, sir.
But he appeared to me and looked like when the messenger, I was blessed to go to Savior's Day in 72, 73, and saw the messenger come out on the stage, and the brothers were around him, and you could always tell the messenger, he had this star up on his head, and they crown, he wore a crown, and I said, that's the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I was blessed then, but after the years of the falling away in 75, then when I was blessed to be in the presence of Min Farrakhan, I said, that's where I want to be. I want to be one of the brothers that protected him, because I was always attracted to the military part of the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I just love the military, because in my life, you know, I thought I was like black man, the baddest man to walk the planet. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can't nobody beat me. Can't nobody do this and that. You know, I ain't lost the fight. You know, so when I wanted to be the military, the army, and when I saw that, I was attracted to the military part of the Nation of Islam.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, alaikum salam, Sister Karima, and Brother Philip Muhammad says salute to Brother Captain as well. Okay, yes, sir. Now, when you first joined on, who was with you during the early days of holding posts for the minister?
Well, my first post assignment, one day, Minister Farrakhan was coming back into town, and I was in a little study group with brother. His name was Brother Fars and Sister Sheila at the time, and her little family, and so happened Jamil was there, and some more brothers were there, and we was going. He wanted me, because I had a nice car at the time, to get ready to go pick up the minister.
Okay, yes, sir.
And I'm like, me? You know, I never drove for the minister. You know, that's that's a big responsibility.
Yes, sir.
And I had a little goatee, you know, on there. So he took me in the bathroom and dry shaved me. Brother, you got to do this. You got to look like that way. And they say, you know, I was driving for the minister, man. And from that day on, I drove for many years for the minister.
Okay, praise. I never knew that you drove for the minister. Okay, excellent. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, here's another question. The other question is, what was it like to become a captain in Baltimore?
Well, the Capt in Baltimore, well, I started off in DC, and me and your father, Sharif, traveled all around the nation with the minister.
Yes, sir.
And we used to come back home, and they used to put us on posts, and we served our posts as well. But we thought we can give more to the minister by helping them because we was right there with the minister.
Yes, sir.
And being fed by the minister, you know. And so a lot of times we come into our city and we, the believers in the minister administration will ask us what the minister say, you know.
Yes, sir.
We had to tell them, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so I went to when Sharif became the regional captain in Washington.
Yes, sir.
I went to Baltimore to
Okay,
be
yes, sir.
captain in Baltimore because we had to spread out and help the leader. And Mid-Atlantic was known for reproducing itself and putting out labors and helpers of Min Farrakhan, and that's what we did, you know.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
was
sir.
under, at that time, Dr. Alim Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And so it wasn't no problem when I told him I was going to Baltimore. And I wanted and when I got there, I came back and I asked a request for Minister Jamil.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. I didn't know that. I never knew that. Yes, sir.
Mr. Jamil hooked up and we went to Baltimore, and it was just like the mosque was just the size of a bedroom.
Okay.
It was in a row house. And
Yes,
out
sir.
of that, Jamil came in, we raised so much money for Savior's Day for the leader.
Yes, sir.
Out of that one little room, about 8 people, I think we did about 15,000 on our first day.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
And I said, boy, we're on the road now. You know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. And where was one of your favorite places to travel with the minister?
Well, everywhere.
Okay.
Anytime you in the minister's company,
Yes,
you
sir.
happy to be there. I don't
Yes, sir.
care. The minister told us, brother, you don't worry about where your position at in the house, as long as you in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
can be in the basement or a janitor, but you're in the house, man. It's
Yes,
a
sir.
blessing to be in the house. So he was telling me out of that everybody's job is important, no matter where you think you're at,
Yes, sir.
what floor you might be on.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
hold your post and walking in a perfect manner.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Okay, Rakil, before we keep answering the question, I want to, Brother Nasir, Adai Muhammad, salute to Brother Captain, Brother Daniel A., my brothers. Minister Jamil says love and great respect. My brother Farad says good job, bro. Praise be to Allah. Marquita Batiz, wow, what history. Brother Daryl, top soldier. Brother Marquita 15,000. Kahil, something like for Kahil, all praise due to Allah.
Yes,
And
sir.
then Minister Jamil says, Captain Aquil is such a magnificent man, such a beautiful human being. All praises due to Allah. Okay, boom. We still moving, Aquil. Now, when did you? Okay, now I'm gonna keep that question for later. Did you ever feel that you were nervous or that you were worried about a death threat or something like that while you were on post?
Well, I was nervous when we went to Africa because we was out of our soil. We was off our soil, and we was in the hands of another government.
Yes,
But
sir.
like Captain Dennis said earlier, we was under Flight Lieutenant Rollins in Ghana, and Ghana was like a first home in Africa for us
Yes,
because
sir.
they
Yes,
treated
sir.
us so well in there. And he had explained to the minister that the government from America was contacting them on how to handle us and this and that. And so he was offering the minister security weapons. So I know it's like a Uzi, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get a Uzi. Because somebody make a wrong move, I know what to do with a Uzi, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
he called us to the side and told us, brother, you know, what y'all feel about that? And we said, no, brother, minister, whatever you feel. He said,
Yes, sir.
brothers, Allah protects us, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's good enough for me. And so we just squashed that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But many times going up in the bushes with the minister, we driving up in there, the villages to see the chiefs and nothing but woods on the east side, like tall crops. You know how you ride through a crop field?
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
Crops and it's dark, pitch dark, and we driving up there, man. And I had fear then, but I was with God's man. So,
Yes, sir. Yes,
well,
sir.
I got to go. My job is to protect him.
Yes, sir.
And my job is also not to come back to America without him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I was most watchful because we couldn't have nothing slip in because the believers here had us in charge of the minister's safety, and that's how we acted. That's how we carried it on our best foot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Earlier, when I was speaking with you, you told me about an incident with the plane in the window. Could you please go speak on that again?
Oh, bear witness. One time when we was flying overseas, and I was blessed to sit beside the leader in the plane, and he hunched my shoulder and told me, "Look out the window." And I was sitting by the window. I looked out, and there's a flash of a red light just following us, the plane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know.
Right.
And so I had asked Allah. I've heard stories about people who encountered the baby plane. So
Yes,
I asked Allah, let me see one. And one day we was on and final calls late, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the dog had barked and all that and broke his chain. And I put him in the garage and he started barking again. And I'm hearing this noise over the house like it's a helicopter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so I went and took a broom out there because I was gonna beat the dog quiet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, shut the noise, man. It's the children sleep. And so I said, let me see what he barking at. So
Yes,
I
sir.
heard this noise, and soon as I raised up the garage door, this baby plane, the shape of it, I couldn't see no windows, or I ain't gonna say I ain't see no window. It's like a gray thing, but the lining was the shape of it, and then at the bottom it had a blinking light, and then the noise had stopped and it was moving over the houses and the trees like that, just enough so I can see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the fear didn't jump in me because I was already taught who was on those baby planes.
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
purpose. So I
Praise
said,
be to Allah.
why did Allah let me see this? You know what I mean?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Another time I was blessed to go to Baltimore, and on the way back I was staying in Paradise, and I went over there to pick up your brother, Chill.
Yes, sir.
And my son Kareem was riding with us.
Yes, sir.
And I went to Southeast to drop Chill off, and I dropped my son off in Mayfield, went over Southeast to drop Chill off, and on the way back to Mayfield, you know, that's when I didn't know I was being followed, and I had this Q45 Infiniti, nice pretty car, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I seen the little sandwich shop was still open, so I'm gonna give me a sandwich. So I shot around and was making a turn, and about 17 bullets came into my car. And I got hit 4 times, and I didn't panic because I said, man, it's the police trying to kill me. And I called on Master Farah Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar.
And Master Farah Muhammad didn't allow me, because my first thing was to back up into their car and jam them, but I might get stuck. And they still letting off rounds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I backed back, ran over the sign, and Allah made a tunnel for me to travel through the red lights and the traffic. And I just went that way, and Allah took me through there and went down to Mayfield, and then I got there, the gate was closed, so I had to hop a fence, you know, so the brother Naja at that time would take me to the ambulance, because my mom and all them were looking out the window. But it was a blessing that I had dropped Kill and my son off, because bullets came through the headrests where my son was sitting at. And Allah permitted me live, man, after I called on Master Muhammad. So I know there's a God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, excellent. Okay, I want to just give you some feedback. Okay, so Kenneth L. Muhammad says this is awesome. Sister Minerva said DC can make a movie of the work. Brother Minister Robert says salute to the OGs of our time. Fred Brown says positive. Kahil says thank you again for this. Philip Muhammad says when I saw Captain Aquil and Captain Sharif, I thought they were blood brothers. Marquita says one of the greatest memories of our true brotherhood. Gerald X Austin says the West Coast sends you much love, soldier. Fred Brown says I needed this. Brother Ronald from Phoenix says thank you, brothers. These are the dream stories of any young FOI growing up in the nation. Thank you, brother, for your sacrifice. Okay, and hold up, we're going down. Boom, 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 boom. All right, boom. And then Kenneth L. Muhammad says he remembers that Allah is the greatest. Perfect. We also want to talk about. You said that there was a window that went out in the cockpit of a plane. Could you please explain that story for us?
Oh, we were blessed. I was blessed, and we were blessed. The F team again, was the first security around the minister. We were all regional captains. That's why we were F1, F all the way up to F7.
Yes, sir.
And we were basically the diamond around the minister. And so we were traveling over in Africa, and the minister had a private jet, and the window of the cockpit flew out, and the plane was losing pressure. And it had to land somewhere. It wasn't our destination to land there, but he had to bring the plane down. So most people would have lost their mind then, the window broke out and going down. But I knew the minister was on board, so we kept it cool,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The minister was cool. See, when you're with the man of God and he's not panicking, why should you panic?
That's right. That's right.
I'm with him.
Yes, sir.
So praise be to Allah, the plane was brought down and they replaced the windows, and we went on the rest of our journey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, excellent. Okay, I wanted to also say that but your daughter Mimi says that you're the best dad on Facebook, sir. And with you told me a story about an earthquake. Could you please elaborate on that story?
The earthquake came. I seen many earthquakes. The minister told us one time, when he drop a bomb, brother, you get out of town. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we was in California. I just laid around an extra day. You know what I mean? Call myself resting. Earthquake came, man. I flew out them doors, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go back and get my clothes. Put my clothes on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we ran outside, man, and the whole hotel was flopping, drawers was flopping. And so I've been in the earthquake 2 or 3 times, man. When we came back one time, we came from Hawaii one time with the minister.
Yes,
we
sir.
stopped in one of his friends' house, Dr. Torre house, and he stayed there. And that night, an earthquake came. And,
yes, sir.
and blew out all the windows in all the towns, downtown. All the glass was broken out and all that. The house was shimmering and all that. But
yes, sir.
we lose one glass in that house. Plus, I couldn't run out the door because I was on post with the minister. And so,
yes, sir.
And so we had to wait on the minister. He never came out of his room. And so when he did come out of his room after it was over, he said, "Brother, y'all feel that earthquake?" We said, "Yes, sir, brother minister." And he said, "We know where to run, because we're gonna run it."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so that took me back to the time. The earthquake ain't after God's man.
Yes, sir.
But Allah let us see these things, man, to show that, hey, when we was with the leader, we was keeping good company.
Excellent. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Okay, now with the shooting incident, we want to go into more detail because a lot of people had questions on that. So once you were shot, you didn't go directly to the hospital. You jumped over a fence, then got a ride to the hospital.
Yes, yes, sir, brother. I could feel as I'm ducking down because they're shooting into the car. I could feel the bullets, going up my back and in
Yes,
my
sir.
shoulder, and still one in the back of my neck now. But I said I got to get out of there, and I called on Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
As he took me through, I could just see all I could see. I couldn't see what was around it. I could just see like a tunnel with a light in it. And I
Yes,
went
sir.
through that tunnel, and that prevented me from, going through the traffic. It
Yes,
made
sir.
me go through the traffic and escape. And I thought they were following me. When I went down there to Paradise, they had put up these big 8 feet fences, wrought iron fences. And so my car couldn't get through because it wouldn't open up. So I had
Yes,
to
sir.
get out my car in front of the gate and jump the gate. And then instead of going to my mama's house, because she would have panicked, I went
Yes,
to
sir.
Brother Dion's house
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and told him I was shot and I needed to go to a hospital.
Yes,
And
sir.
so we waited on, I said, brother, we can't wait on no ambulance. I got to go now. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
when we came out to get in his car, that's when the police and the ambulance and all them pulled up. And I was blessed to, go with them, to the hospital. But I had to scale that fence with them bullets in me. So
Man, praise
I
the Lord.
wasn't worrying about that.
Yes, sir. I vividly remember seeing the car in the garage and just praying for you as a child when all of this was going on. Now, what happened to the people who shot you? How did that situation work out?
Well, the minister was in the mountains at that time. He was fasting and up there with the Indians up in the high mountains, and Salim, Mustafa, and Sharif was with the leader.
Yes, sir.
And this time when Sharif was the supreme captain, and the minister told him, get over there and check on your brother,
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
so Salim stayed back. Mustafa and Sharif came to
Yes, sir.
DC to see me, and the minister had said that, brother, I prayed to my God that he would, in other words, get out for those ones who shot you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that was all I needed, brother.
Yes, sir.
Like the book say, revenge is for Allah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so when the minister said he prayed that Allah would destroy my enemies, then that was a blessing for me.
Yes, sir.
And so I never heard back from my enemies anymore.
Praise the Lord. Yes, sir. Okay, so Brother Derek for real says testimonies that make a soldier never want to give up on doing the first work. May Allah forever bless you and your family, sir. And we thank you as well, Brother Derek. Okay.
Man, thank him too.
Anytime, Brother Fred. Jamila Denise says, Dad, love. Oh, something like Jamila. Wow, walk by Brother Eric. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Black fist. Okay. Praise be to Allah. All right, excellent. Another question that we have is, what makes you still come around after all of these years? You're saying you were here before the messenger, when the messenger was still here, and you're still coming. I still see you at Savior's Day. I still see you with a smile and a positive energy. What makes you still come around?
Well, when I came to the nation, brother, and I learned later that you have to make the sacrifice, you have to make the choice. And sometimes you get discouraged because your friends didn't come with you.
Yes, sir.
But Allah is the best knower, and so you have to walk. Sometimes you have to walk that road alone,
Yes, sir.
And when I came in, there's a whole new world and a brotherhood and sisterhood waiting on you,
Yes, sir.
And so so that's when I came in to the nation and decided. And most of us today have to know that, brother, we're not in the nation. I'm not in the nation for, I love the sisterhood, the brotherhood, but we have to know that we in it as a struggle for our people. And our God is Allah. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us to watch Min Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Get us on to the other side.
Yes, sir.
I don't fear no other man you know, when it comes to the leader, brother, that's the only man outside of my probably my my real father, you know, that I
Yes, sir.
shed tears for. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
so when you think you hurt the minister, brother, you know, it's a deep feeling that comes out in you that you don't like, you know.
Yes, sir.
And so to stay in the nation, brother, you got to remember not to worry about what a brother or sister said about you or what you might think they say about you. You focus on Minister Farrakhan.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
the messenger said he would get you to the other side. He ain't say look for somebody else.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so me being connected to the minister, brother, you know, that's who I'm here to please,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen.
you know, because we as brothers, we can have problems with one another. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I saw a lot of brothers fall away like that because of the brother. But you got to realize another brother, he's struggling just like you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And his trials are just similar to your trials, man. He
Yes, sir.
got to stay in and be a believer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent. Okay, perfect. And Alaikum salam, Brother Benny, and excellent Sister Minerva. Okay, Brother Captain, were there any celebrities that the minister met with that you enjoyed or were nice to you, or that you know that you were happy to see during your time with the minister?
Many, brother.
Yes,
I never saw so many celebrities in my life, you know.
yes, sir.
And it wasn't until I was walking with the minister that all these celebrities that you meet, and everybody
Yes, sir.
loves the minister, man. You know what I mean? But we, you know, we love the minister. And
Yes,
so
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
might be Eddie Murphy, but you don't mean nothing. You know, me and your dad and the team we got pictures of us with Eddie Murphy and this star and that star like that. But that don't mean the biggest star in my life is Farrakhan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you'll meet many people on this road, brother.
Yes, sir.
But the messenger say you watch him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you have any advice for future fathers that are aspiring to be fathers? What would you tell us?
Well, fathers, man, I tell you that the minister taught me that Allah's first,
Yes, sir.
then family.
Yes, sir.
You know, and a brother, I was taught in FOI, man, to make a strong man, you got to make sure that he has a strong foundation. His foundation is his family.
Yes, sir.
His children, you know,
Yes, sir.
and you can't take a brother because a brother ain't yours, man. These are followers of Minister Farrakhan, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir.
came because of Farrakhan, not because of me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
how I had to handle them, you got to know your brother and your sister. So I know my brother by asking questions. How's your life? How's your family life? How's your job? How's your children doing? You know? And so I advise every brother, man, to build a strong family. That's what keeps a strong Muslim. Because you can be a Muslim appearing like you're a strong brother, and the family you got is being torn down. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because you ain't going to work, you ain't spending no time with the wife and the children. See, today we live that today because my son, you know, and I'm blessed to have my beautiful family who Allah say, man, I took the experience that leader had when the messenger told him, brother, you just stand up and teach his word. Don't worry about your children. Allah got your children.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
I took that format, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I was I had running with the leader, and I would do it again, brother. But I didn't spend a lot of time with my little children and my family, and they grew up, you know what I mean? And some of them grew up not understanding that, you know, that they didn't have daddy around, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But I say for everybody didn't have the job I had, but you're believing in the nation, take time and spend time with your family and your children, and let them see by example that you love the Nation of Islam. You know, that it's not a burden, it's a blessing.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What has been the difference between, if you would give advice between like raising sons versus raising daughters?
Well, sons are different from daughters, man. My experience with sons, you had to tell them 1,000 times. When you can tell a daughter 2 times, sit down, be quiet. You know, and daughters are mostly attracted and attached to their dads. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because that's man in their life, first man in their life. You know, the son. You know, like when I was coming up, I was more into my mom than my dad, even though I respected and honored my mama and my daddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My daddy didn't spend time with me because he had to work 2 jobs.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
I
sir.
love my father because he always protected and made sure that we had food to eat and a shelter. And my mother was a stay-at-home wife, and he took care of everybody. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So I had to, man, the book said honor your mother and your father.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Excellent. That's an excellent job. Okay. What do you do for fun to, like, to relax and, when you're downtime?
Well, but I'm still don't have a lot of downtime. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I work and I'm building businesses, and I'm trying to get back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To when I was past when I was the president CEO of NOI Security in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
We built that up to about $6.something million and had over 300 employees and FOI. We were making FOI, brother.
Yes, sir.
And charity, and the Mars was grooming, Bud Jamil was looking good, you know what I mean, riding good. The Mars was filled, and we were just loving that until the Jews, started attacking the minister for that Jaime situation, and took away a lot of our contracts. But today, downtown for me is studying and trying to get ahead and build a business and stay. I take the FOI training with me everywhere I go. The general orders, brother, is how you make it in this world, in the street, because a lot of things can pull you off path, but you got to think of what you've been taught and how to handle yourself.
Yes, sir.
And you live for another day.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Okay, you said NY Security in Baltimore was making $6 million. How important was money to the success of the FOI in the 90s?
Well, it was success because see, our people, brother, they need jobs.
Yes, sir.
And what keeps our people flowing in the door of the Nation of Islam is that we can help them feed them families. You know what I mean? They can get jobs so they can feed their family, to be strong as soldiers. So we were blessed to start a bakery in Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bean pies in the brother's hand, along with the final call, because final calls were booming. Every week, every 2 weeks, the truck would bring loads of final calls in, and so I needed those soldiers to deliver these final calls, and so you have to make sure, man, that the soldiers are well taken care of, man. So I invented with the bean pie, to take the bean pie to supplement your income, so that you can pay bills, pay your final calls, soldier, and this. So it generated income.
Excellent.
And NOI Security was a job for the believers, and so, but in that, I could take the lost found and train them how to be an FOI. And he had to go to the Mars. He had to pay charity.
Yes,
he had
sir.
to take a limited amount of final calls.
Yes, sir.
Not I'm saying he had to as I'm putting it on him, but brother, they didn't mind then, you know?
Yes, sir.
Because he was making money.
Yes, sir.
They can make overtime. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
so it takes a thing like where it said, I think what Jesus would say, feed the sheep, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Be a good shepherd, feed the sheep.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
what the minister gave us, brother. He gave us a region and a wide open field to work out in. And he would tell us, brother, you know, you got a field that I put you over. Go awaken the dead. And it's a corn in every fish's mouth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, we got two more questions. How do you feel about the people that you train when you see them go and do great things in the nation? How does that make you feel?
I feel like it's a blessing, brother. You know what I mean? Because from Baltimore, I was blessed. Well, I started in D.C., like I said, with Captain Wali Muhammad, the first one of the editors of the Final Call. Before he went to Min Farrakhan to Chicago to be the editor, he was my first captain in Washington. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. And then what was your question again?
Yes, sir. How does it see the people that you train go and do great things in the nation?
Oh yeah, and from there, Brother Richard out of Washington. You know,
yes,
when
sir.
you
Yes,
see
sir.
Brother Richard and you think, oh man, that's a soldier I helped train.
Yes, sir.
When I see Brother Fontaine, that's a brother that came out of my Mars. I helped train. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
I
sir.
see many brothers up there, Brother Arf and Brother Jamil, the Mid-Atlantic was a manufacturer of good labels for the minister. In fact, the minister said one time, brother, we the best region in the nation, pound for pound.
Yes,
and
sir.
he said, and it's a headless horse. Means that Brother Lean wasn't the regional captain no more at a time, you know. And so I had to run it. I was blessed to help run it as a military region. And so we kept up the military thing in the soldiers, man, because the soldiers is the foundation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? The work had to still be done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I worked with the military until we was blessed to have a regional minister. And then we just went on, man. But under Dr. Lean and Minister Jamil in Baltimore, brother, we built study groups all through the region.
Yes, sir.
You know, and those study groups were men. And so I had to channel in help to show them how to set up final calls, how to set up a Mars. We had to help study groups become Marses. And so we didn't leave them on their own. We nurtured them, you know, like you would do a child.
Yes,
you know, tell them what they need. And they grew from study groups to Marses, man, because I had to bring in the paper.
Yes, sir.
The Final Call newspaper that built University, Muhammad University, had brought back the Mars Mariam, brought back the palace for the minister.
Yes, sir.
Brought back 18 wheelers, you know, that brought the Final Calls in.
Yes, sir.
And paid all the labors, national labors with the Final Call. So that's what the Final Call did for the nation. And the brotherhood had to move those papers. So I'm blessed to know all those brothers who done the work, man. And I thank Allah for everybody that was involved in this work, brother.
Excellent, excellent. And I love your spirit as well, Brother Captain. Okay, Sister Minerva says, can you talk about the love the minister made you all have for each other during this time period?
Well, the love, man, the love is that, brother, you know, we now are the new senior citizens, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I'm former regional Mid-Atlantic captain, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And that So you love the work, and I love when I came in as a young man, I loved the ones that helped the messenger and helped the minister all his struggle.
Yes,
and
sir.
we did them well. We would bring them in, brother, and we would let them tell their knowledge to the followers, like we're talking today.
Yes, sir.
And the followers love that. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I mean? So the love got to be in the nation, man. You have to love what was given to you in the beginning and what got you through. And you got to love every part of this, man, because the minister has deposited things in us that he told us one time. He said, brother, y'all sitting around me, but you don't write nothing down. You know what I mean? But he said circumstances will bring it out of you. You know, and so the minister, man, he trained us. The first captains that were around him.
Yes, sir.
Me, your father, Brother Curtis, Brother Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Lucifer, all of us, Khalil, Brother Hugh. He trained us personally. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we all went out to manifest what he told us, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And make it happen.
Yes, sir.
You know, he said, brother, my job is only to teach the word. Your job is to make it flesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we would take it in that, and I had to remember what the messenger said. Don't change the teaching, brother. That means what you got from Farrakhan, you give it to believers just like you got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You try to interpret it and dress it up, add to it, take away. That's failure right there, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I give it to them just like the leader gave it to us, brother. That was a success in my city and throughout the region, because if you take the ministers program, brother, which is the messengers program, and you do it exactly like the leader, you can't fail, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our failure is our disobedience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent. Yeah. How did it feel when the minister gave you a holy name?
Well, when I first heard Aquil Muhammad, I was like, man, Aquil, that's kind of like a strange name, because because you wanted, I ain't know the meaning of it then, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
And I'm thinking I wanted something tough, to fit me, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Until they told me, brother, I asked him, my brother Mensa, what do Aquil mean? He said, one who's blessed into the knowledge and the wisdom of Allah,
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
And I said, wow, me?
Yes, sir.
But I'm still trying to live up to that name, you know what I mean?
Sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
But it was a blessing to be to receive a name and to be able to live up to what you was given.
Praise be to Allah. Excellent. Well, we want to thank you very much, Brother Captain, for coming on and sharing your testimony and inspiring us all over the nation, because people are tuned in from all over the country. And I just want to thank you and let you know, man, I love you, and thank you for your sacrifice, and thank your family, your children and your wife, everybody. We want to thank everybody for their sacrifice as well.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank all the believers. I want to thank you and your family as well.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank Allah for the whole nation, brother, and our people, man. And I thank all the brothers that was on the line and the sisters that was on the line. And I say to you, man, we got a great future ahead of us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What we gotta do is hold fast and don't. The handle is Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
You say don't break from the handle of Islam. The handle is Farrakhan. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can say whatever you want, brother. You can display intelligence all you want. All I know is what the minister said.
Yes, sir.
And I know I'm safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So praise be to Allah. Thank you, Brother Josh.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank you as well. And Brother Sylvester Harris says he was blessed to come under your captain leadership, and the courage to be in business for him is what made him have the courage to be in business for himself today. Brother George Muhammad says he loves you. Sister Candace says Allahu Akbar. Brother David says that's real. And I want to thank you very much again for coming on. And thank you all for watching. And please, we're going to put it on YouTube so that everybody can watch it. And we'll bring a different captain on very shortly to, to share their testimony of traveling with the Most High Min Farrakhan.
Thank you, Brother Josh.
Yes, sir. Have a great day.
And thank the internet world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The family that's on the internet, we're all the believers. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.